Michelle Anderson was always in a rush. A 29-year-old marketing associate at a busy advertising agency in downtown Chicago, she had a reputation for showing up just in time, or just a little late. Her colleagues often teased her about her fashionably late entrances, but on this particular Monday morning, it was different. She had stayed up far too late scrolling through emails and making last-minute notes for a presentation that wasn't even hers to give. The company's big client review was scheduled for 9 a.m., and Michelle was expected to be there early to prep slides for her boss, Mr. Jonathan Keller. Instead, she woke up late, skipped breakfast, and hopped into a taxi to save time. As the taxi pulled up near her office, Michelle quickly paid her fare and rushed out without double-checking her belongings. She was halfway across the lobby when her stomach sank. Her bag and phone were still in the back seat. Her heart raced. Inside that bag was her phone, wallet, ID, and most importantly, the company's client notes she had worked on all weekend. She froze in panic, realizing what she had done. At that very moment, fate struck again, literally. Turning the corner, she bumped straight into her boss. "Michelle, you're 15 minutes late," Mr. Keller said sternly, his deep voice echoing through the lobby. His dark suit was crisp, his expression unreadable. "Sir, I'm so sorry. Can I borrow your phone, please?" Michelle stammered, trembling. Mr. Keller raised an eyebrow. "Why? I left my bag and phone in a taxi," she admitted, voice shaky with worry. For a moment, he just stared at her, then sighed and handed over his phone. "Make it quick." Michelle quickly dialed her own number, praying the driver would answer. "Hello, this is Max," a voice came through. Her chest loosened with relief. "Sir, you have my phone. I left in a hurry. Can you bring it to me, please? I'll pay you $200. Thank you so much." The driver agreed, and within 20 minutes arrived at the office, her bag and phone in hand. Michelle nearly ripped the bag open, checking that everything was still inside. Relieved, she pulled out her phone and clutched it like a lifeline. "Thanks, you can go now," she said curtly. "Ma'am, the $200 we agreed on," the driver reminded her gently. Michelle froze. "What? Are you trying to rip me off? I already paid the fare. When did we agree on that?" His tone stiffened. "I canceled another passenger just to return this. It's only fair." Michelle's face hardened. "Listen, mister, it's your duty to return lost items. I won't pay you for doing the right thing. In fact, let me check my wallet. You might have stolen from me." She opened her bag and began counting her bills in front of him. The driver's shoulders slumped. He bowed slightly, disappointment written across his face, and turned to leave. Just then, Mr. Keller stepped into the room. Michelle turned quickly. "Sir, this man is trying to take advantage of me." Mr. Keller's sharp eyes darted from Michelle to the driver. The tension in the room was thick. "Michelle," he said calmly but firmly, "you were late today. I forgave you earlier, but your fine is $300. Hand it over." Michelle's mouth dropped. "Sir, now," he said, leaving no room for argument. Reluctantly, she pulled out 3 crisp $100 bills and placed them in his hand, her face red with anger. To her utter shock, Mr. Keller immediately turned and handed the money to the driver. "Thank you for doing the right thing," he said with sincerity. The driver's eyes widened, then softened with gratitude. "Thank you, sir." He bowed again, this time with respect, and left. Michelle stood frozen, her face pale. "Michelle," Mr. Keller said, his voice low but firm, "your attitude says more about you than your work ever will. Integrity isn't about convenience. It's about character. If you can't respect the people who help you, then you'll never earn the respect of the people you work with." Michelle swallowed hard, unable to reply. For the first time in her career, she felt truly embarrassed, not for being late, but for how she had treated someone who had gone out of their way to help her. The rest of the day, whispers floated through the office. Some praised Mr. Keller for his fairness. Others shook their heads at Michelle's arrogance. By evening, she was left sitting at her desk, replaying the scene in her mind. She had lost $300, but more importantly, she had lost her dignity. Across town, Max the driver returned to work, his faith in people slightly restored by one boss's unexpected kindness. And as for Mr. Keller, he knew that sometimes the greatest lessons weren't taught in boardrooms, but in the small, ordinary moments where truth, respect, and integrity were tested. Comment, yes, if you believe we need more bosses like this one. Leaders who reward honesty, teach humility, and remind us that doing the right thing always matters.